Um, wow, this is Elizabeth. Wait, you have,
Hi.
otherwise it's not going to show you.
Hi,
Okay, no,
I'm
Thomas,
Elizabeth.
you have to talk
Hi.
because it's not going
It's
to.
is it
Oh, yeah.
no, it's not.
There
There
it
we go. Hi.
There. Hi.
Kendra.
Hello.
We are playing around with our camera because it will switch from one to one, but it has a weird delay. So if you see us
No
hesitating,
worries. Do you have an owl? Is that what you use?
Polly.
the Polycom.
Polycom.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
No, did you see?
We have something called an owl, and it does something similar. So
No, I'm sure we have whatever the most outdated one is, and then that's the one we're continuing to use. And I will eventually figure.
hi.
Sorry for private.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun interview.
Oh my goodness. Every interview you have with this group will always be fun. I don't want to take up a ton of your time, but I have been bragging about how amazing you are, how excited we are for everything you're doing and all of your new adventures that you're getting ready to leave for. When do you leave?
I leave. So my last day is tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear about it when you get back, but thank you for squeaking us in.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure. Yeah, I can't quite even wrap my brain around the fact that I'm not going to be here for 9 weeks, but yeah, crazy.
Great. It's so well deserved.
Oh, thank you. I'm super excited.
So what I'm going to do is Elizabeth has some questions. I know she sent them over to you, and
Yep.
real quickly, the purpose is just we know we have your bio. That's what's going to go on the website and our program. But I'd like for Elizabeth to have her touch. She has a great voice, and she's going to introduce you on our LinkedIn series,
Oh,
probably
cool.
all of our social media series for the Meet the Builders. And so this is where she's going to gather that information. So she's got some, and she might ask a couple follow-ups just in case. Thomas and Kendra are going to ask questions maybe a little more based on your session because we will have an additional series that runs the same week that we feature you. We'll have a background session video as well. I forget what we called it, behind the scenes. And they'll also pull from that. So we're gathering a ton of different video content that we'll just reuse in different ways. And I'll send it over if there's somebody you want to approve it before we send it out. If there's somebody you want to have eyes on it, just let me know. Otherwise, I promise we'll handle it with the utmost discretion. I just don't want to bother you while you're out and about.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be checking, so you're not going to bother me. Um, yeah, so if you want to just send it though to my email, my assistant Ashley is basically going to be managing my inbox, and then just forwarding things on, and she can send it to either Beth Cup, who's our director of philanthropy, or Jennifer Hanley, who's our director of marketing communications.
Perfect. Okay, I will make sure that happens.
Great, thank you.
Well, if you're ready, I'm going to throw it over to Elizabeth then.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Hey, Karen, are you at Classroom Center right now?
I am, yes. So I'm in my office, and I don't have my self view on, so I don't know what you can see in the
Yeah.
background, but if you're looking over my right shoulder, that's the free store.
Okay.
And so we have volunteers in today. We had teacher shopping yesterday afternoon, and we had about 180 registered. I'm not sure how many showed up, but it was well over 150 teachers getting ready for the school year. So teachers report back next Monday. Excuse me, teachers have reported back. Students report on Monday for the first day of school. And so teachers are here just getting ready, getting prepped, getting all the materials that they need for their students and classrooms. And so when that happens, if you imagine, I don't know what your favorite store is, but if somebody sent you an email and said, hey, tomorrow everything is free, the store shelves would probably be pretty wiped clean. And that's exactly what happens at Classroom Central. So we have volunteers here this morning putting it all back together again because we do it all again tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah. It's fun. Yeah, it's really, we've gone all summer without having teachers in the building. So our first day back was Saturday. So it's just really a joyful time to have them back in our building.
I'm a former teacher. I taught high school English for a little while, about 3 years.
Oh, wow. Where?
I taught in New York for a year, and then I taught at East Rowan for 2 years, and then I
Okay.
taught A.L. Brown for 1 year. So I guess I taught for 4 years.
Okay. Wow. So I student taught at Garinger, high school
Okay.
English.
Ah.
And that was the end of my teaching career.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's a
agree.
tough job.
You know what? It was the parents that drove me crazy. I just
Yeah.
red tape, a lot of red tape.
Yeah. It's interesting, and you will appreciate this likely. We just did a white paper on what we're calling the decline of the North Carolina I-level teacher. And it's all of those things that get in the way of the reason that people join the profession, and that's to teach and to interface with young people on that one-on-one level. And yeah, there's just so many things getting in the way of that right now. And so we actually have a group of legislators here, the Mecklenburg delegates. 5 of them are coming to our board meeting this afternoon. And we hope this is going to be a launching pad for us to talk to them about what we're hearing and hopefully work together to make some positive impact and change. So we'll see.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing more, I mean, I absolutely love, I taught American literature and world literature. Oh my gosh, to sit and talk with, it was like a book club, that you get for. It was great.
Yeah, really cool.
Did you have something you wanted to say? Oh, I thought you
No,
were.
fingers crossed.
We were fingers
Oh,
crossed.
okay, so I was wondering, do you have a photo of you in that environment? Or maybe somebody could take one today really quickly for you?
Yeah, I mean, we have our posed headshots on our website. If you want to look at that, tell me if it's okay. If it's not, we can grab one really quickly today or tomorrow.
Yeah, because I was thinking it'd be good to have, because these are lighter bios, so it'd be nice if it's
Yeah.
just not a like standard headshot type of thing. So
Yeah, take a look at that. We just updated those about a month or so ago. So they are recent because the one before my hair was like 5 inches long, and so it was looking a little dated. But yeah, take a look at that. The free store is in the background, but there are no other people.
Okay, that's probably good. I'll take a look at it.
Yeah,
Okay.
if it's not, just give me a buzz today.
Okay, you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So what's a personal quirk, daily habit, or guilty pleasure of yours that would totally surprise people who only know you as executive director on LinkedIn?
Yeah, so this is actually really timely because a lot of people don't know this, but I'm also an artist. And I started a project. Well, a lot of people don't know this either, but I just turned 60 this year, so last month. And that has pretty much rocked my world. But, to think that I've got fewer years ahead of me than I have behind me is just really sobering. And so I've taken that time to kind of just reconnect with my artistic and creative side, something that has been dormant for a really long time. Just grinding and doing my, work things, you kind of let that take a back seat or a back burner. And so I really decided this year was going to be the year to kind of reconnect with that. And I'm doing it in a little bit of a different way. And I think, when you're in a role like this, there always has to be purpose behind everything and intention behind what you're doing. And so giving myself permission just to create for the simple sheer joy of creating somehow just doesn't work for me. And so I am using it twofold. So one is to basically it's a stress reliever. So I do a lot of journaling, and out of that journaling and really kind of digging through and teasing through like what's stressing me out on a day to day. And I've been using art to transform that. And so what I've been doing is painting over. So I'll write out a stressor, whether it's worry or perfectionism or whatever it is. I'll paint over that and transform it into a really tiny piece of art. So we're talking 4 inches by 4 inches, so like that big. And I'm packaging those up, and on my sabbatical, and actually it started on my 60th birthday in July, I've started leaving those in places for people to find.
Oh,
And so it's just become this whole thing. It's called the Paper Graces. And I've started an Instagram account as well as a newsletter / blog. And so I'm excited. That's going to be a big part of my sabbatical. So I head out on the 28th, and I'll be in France for 3 weeks. And then I'll spend 3 additional weeks between Switzerland, Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. And I'm planning on just leaving 2 or 3 of these pieces of art behind every single day that I'm there, and just see what happens. There's a QR code on the artwork, so they can kind of message me back and tell me a little bit about themselves and where they found it, what it meant to them, etc. So who knows? I'm excited. I hope it's going to encourage other women to carve out time for themselves and just to be creative and do something that, brings them joy.
I love that. I love that. And what's your Instagram?
It's the Paper Graces.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you have to put the D in front of it because there's somebody else's Paper Graces.
Okay. Maybe we can pull a photo from there as well. Do you have photos of the paintings?
I've got lots. Yes. And I'm happy to send you more of those as well. It's just really fun to see who finds them, and yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So my goal is 365, so essentially representative of 1 per day for every day of my 60th year.
Nice. I still can't 60. I'm surprised by that. You look
crazy.
Like not even 50.
Thank you.
Do you have like do you have like a youth filter on right now?
No, I have no filter on. I don't even know how to do that.
Right. So
maybe I should ask my 25-year-old assistant how to do it.
Okay, next question. Can you share a specific time in your career when you faced a major leadership transition or overwhelming leap, and how you had to back yourself before anyone else did?
Yeah, 100%. And I think it heads back to, or goes back to, me taking on this role. So 24 years ago, I had never led a nonprofit. I had never been an executive level leader, but I had run some successful fundraising campaigns, and I was working at the Charlotte Chamber of Commerce back when that was a thing. And I was in sales and marketing, and I worked on the annual revenue campaign and led teams of volunteers through that. And so Classroom Central actually was started by the Charlotte Chamber. And we had a handful of corporate partners that provided some seed funding for it to kind of get started, including the Carolina Panthers, that were the very first funding partner. And at the time, it's the largest gift that they had ever made to a nonprofit organization. So when they were looking for an executive director, I didn't apply for the job. They actually came to me, like someone on staff just said, I don't know if you're interested in this, but we think for some reason they saw something in me that thought might work. And at the time, I was really planning on doing something different with my career, and but they gave me literally 2 or 3 3-inch 3-ring binders of information to read through, and I was so moved and inspired by that literally my husband comes home from work one day, and I'm sitting on the sofa with all these pieces of paper around me in tears. And he's like, what is happening? And so I said to him, I know I'm not looking to make a job change, but I've been reading all of this information about other organizations doing this work around the country. And I just think it would be really cool. And if I get selected for this job, I think I need to take it.
Mhm.
And he's always been super supportive of me and, probably my biggest cheerleader and champion. And he was like, you know what? Go for it. And so I went through the selection process. I'm pretty sure I didn't answer all the questions the way that, someone else with more experience would have, but they saw something in me, and long story short, they gave me the job. And with no formal experience, I basically just had to jump in to the deep end and figure out how to swim. And I've always bet on myself. And I'll tell you, this was the biggest career leap I've ever taken. I took a significant pay cut to do it, a significant cut in benefits. And, basically it was sink or swim. And I had a lot of really great support around me on the board. And, we just banded arms together and made it happen. And it's really interesting. I was talking to one of our founding board members that I haven't seen literally in years. We were together at an event last week, and every single person that was on our board that's still around, when I talk with them about this literally is like one of the most profound and memorable experiences that they have had in their professional careers. Just getting something started like this and to see it grow and develop over the 24 years that we've been around, it's just so significant, not just for me, but for so many other people. And yeah, we've done something really special here. So
Yeah.
that's what my answer would be.
Okay, that's a great answer. I'm glad all of those years ago you decided to go with your gut.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, next question. What's a piece of standard career advice about earning your seat at the table or waiting your turn that you think is complete garbage?
I love this question. I would think that letting your work speak for itself. Now, I'm not saying don't do exceptional work, but I think sometimes, and I see this a lot, I've seen this a lot myself, and I've seen it a lot in other women, that we put a effort into every single thing that we do. Not everything requires a effort. If it is a B, a C, or a D project, don't spend a effort on that. We don't have time. We need to basically be spending time on the things that deserve and warrant it. And so, while I'm not saying do bad work, we also have to have confidence in the work that we're putting out, and we have to advocate for ourselves. And I think a lot of women think that it feels egotistical or braggadocious, but if we don't advocate for ourselves, it's going to be tough to convince somebody else to advocate for us. And so I think that, if we're not in the room saying, here's what I did, and here's where I want to go and what I want to do with my career, then somebody else is going to be filling that airtime. And, it can just be as simple as, checking in with your supervisor during a weekly, what we call O3 and one-on-one meeting, and just saying, hey, here's where I want to go. And I'd love for it to be here, but how can you help me prepare myself to advance? And then just being really clear about what we want and why we want it. So yeah.
That's wonderful advice. Okay, as an executive driving community impact in Charlotte, why is it so vital for women to step into visibility and own their voice in our local region right now?
Yeah, for so many reasons. And I think that this is universal for sure. I mean, I think that we've conditioned ourselves to, and I think this is changing, and I'm super excited for it. I think, I have a lot of young women on our staff in their 20s and 30s, and I'm seeing themselves Not universally, but a couple of them really kind of not minimize themselves. They're taking up space. Oops, sorry about that. They're taking up space, and I love it. And I think that, when I was in my 20s and 30s, early 30s, trying not to take up too much space in the room, trying not to brag on myself, trying to, be humble. That isn't serving ourselves well. And especially in the post-pandemic world where, a lot of us are still working remotely and we're not getting that face time in the office as much. We've got to not minimize ourselves. And so I really think, no offense to the guy in the room, but I think women are amazing. I think our ability to juggle so many different priorities and have so many balls in the air at one time is amazing. Our ability to collaborate and not compete. And, our ability to accomplish so much in a really short period of time is nothing short of miraculous. And I think that that's what the world needs from us right now. I think that we can solve more bigger scale problems and issues if we work together rather than competing with one another. And we've just got to own that for ourselves and our community.
That is such a great statement. I hope that people really hear that, when I write about it. And the last question. If a female colleague came to you feeling hesitant to make the leap into executive level leadership, what's the very first bold move you'd tell her to make tomorrow?
I'd say just go for it. Like, put your name forward for something, even if you don't feel that you're 100% ready. I think that's a big difference between men and women. So men will put themselves out there if they're 50, 60, 70% ready. And women, we wait. We get the degree, we get the experience, we get the certification, we, have to feel like we're over prepared and ready for it before we're able to take the leap. And, not to say that we, don't have to do all those things, but we've got to break this pattern. We've got to speak up and we've got to make our goals and ambitions known. Because we're the ones that have the biggest influence over our own career paths. And, it's not really pretending and fake it till you make it kind of thing, but just take a gamble on yourself. And I think, sometimes when you throw your hat over the fence, you'll figure out a way to crawl the fence and get it back. So yeah, just take a gamble and bet on yourself.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, unless there's anything else you want to add, you've given me just what I need. Thanks.
Excellent. I'm good.
Perfect. Okay, then Thomas and Kendra are going to do, and don't worry, Thomas would agree with you. He also thinks that we're all awesome. We're going to ask a few more questions, and then I think we'll have everything we need. Perfect.
Good.
Yes, I do agree with that statement. Especially because all of my mentors through my entire life have all been women.
Nice.
And I've gravitated towards it because of that. So yeah, these are just a bunch of like super like quick short answer kind of questions. These are going to be focused towards our social media.
Okay.
So my first question is, how are you feeling as we're getting closer to the Build Her event?
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been on panels, more about philanthropy and, the nonprofit space, but this will be my first panel, like this. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to share, whatever I can share, but also just to learn from others.
In business and leadership, is it better to ask for forgiveness or ask for permission?
Oh gosh, definitely forgiveness. Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to that confidence, that the quiet confidence that we all need to cultivate in ourselves. And, sometimes you just have to be convicted about what you're doing and not ask for permission.
If we were making if you were making a recipe for success, what are the 3 non-negotiable ingredients?
Oh gosh. That's a tough one. Let's see. Definitely relationship. I mean, I think relationships drive trust. And I think when you have the trust of others in the room, like the load is automatically lightened. And this is something that I've learned just probably in some ways the hard way early on in my career when, if you look at my top 5 strengths in the Clifton Strengths, achiever is one of them. I'm just one of those people that, if I want to get something done, I'll be the first to like step in and do it. And that's not always possible when you're leading an organization. Like you can't possibly take it all on yourself. And so I think investing in others is super important. So that would be my number 2. And relationship definitely translates to the people that report to you and that you work with. And, I really feel like my load has been lightened because I know the people around my collective table will do anything for the mission. And I think too, culture. Culture is really important to this organization. And we've created this place that people want to come to work. They know that we care about them. They're deeply rooted in the mission. And so, yeah, when you have those 3 elements, I think that anything is possible.
What is one word to describe the energy you're bringing to Build Her?
Gosh. One word. God, I don't know how to sum this up into one word, but I think it's somehow related to permission. So permission for us to live into who we were created to be and to the extraordinary gifts that only we can bring to whatever it is that we're working on. And so, yeah, I think that sometimes we underestimate who we are and our own kind of self-value and self-importance. And I think that that's one thing that 60 has taught me is I'm here for something. And, just to give myself permission to be wholly who I am and unapologetically so. I might not be for everybody, but
That's okay to not be for everybody.
that's right.
Somebody's always going to be against you. What's your favorite way to reset after a big win?
Well, I think, definitely celebrating it. I think because I'm such an achiever, I'm usually on to the next thing like super quickly. And so just taking the moment to celebrate, personally, celebrate with my team, celebrate with the people that are surrounding me, and just take a moment to just, be grateful for that before stepping into whatever's next.
What's one thing on your desk right now that keeps you inspired?
Oh my gosh. One thing I'm looking, so I keep a lot of stuff, and I have 2 notes on my desk right now. One is from our latest teacher in residence. So this is a program every year we pay 2 to 3 teachers to come and work for us over the summer, and they complete different projects that we have on our plate. And it's just a chance for us to learn from them to learn from us, and for them to make an additional mark on Classroom Central. So I keep what I call a feel-good file. And once these notes have kind of collected enough dust, I'll put them in my feel good file. I have a digital feel good file and a analog paper feel good file. And so I have two notes. One is from a former employee who still comes around about once a month and visits us and brings us treats and is just an amazing human being. And it's a card with a quote from Ruth Bader Ginsburg that says, "Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time." And then the other is just a thank you note for or from our teacher in residence. So these things really mean a lot to me. If somebody's going to take the time to handwrite and mail me a note, I'm going to keep it and just makes me feel really good about, the impact that I've made, not just, the $13 million in school supplies that we gave away last year, but that I've made a difference in somebody else's life, like one-on-one. And I love that. It means a lot to me. And then I always keep, this is kind of another thing, I keep an easy button on my desk. And I keep a lot of really goofy things around now that I'm looking at it. I also keep things like this because, just to remind myself to celebrate the wins. And the easy button is that, how can we make things as easy as possible for those that want to make an impact to engage with us? And, let's don't make it harder than it needs to be. So, yeah, that's more than one thing that you asked for, but
Love it.
I'm kind of a maximalist.
I fully understand that. What is one rule that you had to break to get to the executive level?
One rule I had to break. I think that I have zero experience coming into this. So I did not have the traditional career path here. So I don't have a degree in social work. I didn't end up being a classroom teacher, even though I, thought that that's what I was going to be. I took a complete pivot in my career with very little experience. And, I took a bet on myself and somehow it worked out.
Well, on that, what's one piece of career advice you would give to your 22-year-old self?
Oh gosh, I don't know if it's career advice or if it's just advice in general. Just don't worry. It all works out. I think I spent so much time proverbially biting my nails and gnashing my teeth and worrying about, hey, how's this all going to work out? And, if you just keep doing what your gut tells you to do and follow your intuition and do the right thing, it all works out in the end. And definitely start saving earlier.
I love that. All right, the last section is just really quick, rapid fire, this or that's. So early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Inbox 0 or 1,000 unread emails?
Inbox 0.
Video on or video off?
On.
Slack message or quick call?
I don't use Slack, but I don't like talking on the phone. So how about just message?
Perfect. Paper planner or digital calendar?
Digital.
Conference room or walking meeting?
Ooh, walking. I don't do enough of it, but I do love it.
Focus music or total silence?
Silence.
Group brainstorming or solo deep work?
Group.
To-do lists or sticky notes?
To-do list.
Multitasker or single tasker?
I'm going to say single, even though I have to stop what I'm doing quite a bit to handle something else. But I just really don't believe you can multitask.
Over prepare or wing it pro?
No, over prepared. especially on the things that matter.
Dual monitors or laptop screens only?
Dual,
Block your calendar or open door policy?
open door,
Desk lunch or real break?
desk lunch.
Sweet snacks or salty snacks?
Ooh, salty for sure.
Podcast or music while working?
Ooh, neither.
Stand-up desk or ergonomic chair?
Stand up.
Power nap or extra espresso?
Oh, extra espresso for sure. I can't nap.
Team lunch or solo recharge?
Team,
Dogs or cats?
dogs,
Reality TV or crime documentaries?
reality.
Cooking
That's
at
definitely a guilty pleasure.
home? Same. Cooking at home or dining out?
Oh, God. Dining out, I like more, but we do both.
Bright colors or neutral tones?
So situational. My home is completely neutral because I think I have so much color here that I need to balance. And I'm wearing a neutral color today, so neutral.
Concerts or movies?
Oh my gosh, why do I have to pick between the two? I love both, but I just went to Red Rocks for my birthday, so I'll say concert.
And that's everything that I have.
Wow, those were hard. Those were harder than the other questions.
That's because you're not prepared for them. It's that, put you on the spot and make you think quick.
No, they just are great. Like, I don't want to make a choice.
Well, Karen, this was amazing. I know I'm going to speak for the team here, but you're bringing a good energy. I feel great for the rest of the day. I feel inspired. Like I need to go and, I don't know, shake up my career and do something crazy for the rest of the day. But I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with us. I'll send everything over to your email. Have an amazing trip.
Yeah.
I'm so excited you're going to get to disconnect. I can't wait to hear about it when you get back.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Thank you so much. And I'm really excited about the panel. Thank you for the opportunity.
Then it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be such a good energy. Elizabeth's the moderator. It's going to be great.
Very good.
Well, have a great rest of your day and safe travels.
Sounds great. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.